Well, welcome and to these Talking Galleries. Bon dia, and thank you very much for coming. As you know, Talking Galleries is an open platform that was born out of the necessity of finding a forum to debate and discuss the role of the galleries in this art system that is forever changing now. And the fact of this necessity, an example is the fantastic response we've had of people attending the event, the level of activity that our website is having. And just to give you a figure, lately we've just had 1,500 downloads of the notebook that we put together of the Talking Galleries in 2011. I would like also to mention our friend and former gallerist, Jussi Oms, whom was the person who he's Talking Galleries is his brainchild. He put it together, he invented it, and he carried out the first edition. And now from the town hall, from the Ayuntament, is constantly giving us support and help in our activities. On the same vein, I'd like to thank Marta Gustà and all her team in the Culture Department of the Generalitat for their vision and their hard work and encouragement to put this together. Of course, our team who's been working enthusiastically and tirelessly to put this event together and who's going to be here for these 2 days coming to help you out in whatever you need. And finally, I'd like to say that we're very proud and very happy to be here in the MACBA, hosting us as they did in the first edition in 2011. I think that it shows the commitment and the interest of such a leading institution that it has in our sector. And that goes above and beyond of the purely museum-like interests. So thank you very much, and please join me in saying hello to Bartomeu Marí, President of the MACBA.
Good morning. I'm very happy to welcome you at MACBA, the second edition of this Talking Gallery session. And, okay, I have switch. How does it work? Okay. I'm gonna use the help of great work in the MACBA collection that was acquired recently thanks to the invaluable and constant commitment of the MACBA Foundation. This is a work by Antoni Muntadas. It's called Between the Frames. It's a portrait of the art world in the 80s, the 1980s, as all of you know. So the many changes in the system of art. And this is a portrait of the system of art as the artist saw it at that time. It's composed of chapters. All these booths, excuse me, it's Monday. All these booths you see, and these colors correspond to what the artist considers a chapter, and each chapter contains the words of one of the main actors in the art system. These are the chapters, and you see that in the 1980s, the dealers and the galleries were something different. You see also that 30 years ago, no one, or at least Muntadas, was not aware that biennials and auctions would become so important in the art world. And I wanted to bring this work also to our attention because it tells something very important and also explains why we're here, is that we are part of the same system. You know this very well, but also some of the chapters, some of the protagonists or actors here are disappearing today. In my opinion, the critics are becoming invisible. Yes. The Epilogue is the voice of the artists. And I think this is very important. We all work with artists. We all bring their work in contact with the audience, with the public. What is the public? What is the audience today? It's bigger than ever. And this is also what gives us trust. I think the notion of public trust is also to be considered very importantly. In all cases, these are questions that are very interesting to us, and this is also why we are very interested of your discussions, your opinions, and your inventions. Two more ideas just to conclude these welcome words is that we do believe, as one of the youngest museums in the European Union, one of the youngest democracies also of the European Union, we do believe that art is very important. It is very important within what we consider the education and of individuals. This is why I think we are having this conversation here. If, as some politicians also in our beloved European Union consider, if art would be the privilege of the rich people, we would not be having this conversation here. You could have this conversation in a jewelry. This art is important. This is what we share, but also I would like to invite you all to enjoy and to discover also one of the youngest collections of contemporary art in Europe. This is what we have on display now with the museum, and becoming now one of the listeners to the discussions, I would like to invite you all to enjoy this presentation. Thank you very much, and good luck, good Talking Galleries session.
Good morning and welcome to Talking Galleries 2013. Those of you who were here the last time, which was now 2 years ago, some of you are familiar, some are new faces, and we're really thrilled to have you all here to talk about the role of gallerists today in today's changing environment. The first Talking Galleries was a meeting to discuss, to look at the practice of gallerists then and now, obviously, to talk about their preoccupations and about the changes in their environment. And also we wanted to look to the future. So here we are now in 2013. And what we're going to discuss over these coming 2 days are incredibly relevant to the gallerist practice. Obviously, the place of galleries, which is under threat in some ways. Today's world has changed so much. There's huge challenges of polarization and, of course, obviously globalization, which is both an opportunity but also a challenge. Something that's relevant to gallerists is the position of auction houses, who are increasingly encroaching on their territory, who are even selling artists direct without going through the gallery system. And this is something that I think is very relevant to gallerists today. Since Bartomeu was talking about then, art fairs have got an enormous importance. The whole environment of art fairs and other such events is very, very relevant. And this is something that we will be discussing as well. We have some wonderful speakers. We have speakers about the emerging economy, the emerging economies, which are also presenting huge threats and opportunities, and it's a question of how gallerists can manage this. There's the challenge of technology, how to use it best to your advantage, and also the threats as well that can present. One thing that's very important in this polarized world is the emergence of mega galleries, these huge galleries, who can suck up and poach artists. So managing artists is something that's going to be very important as well. We also want to talk to you and give professional help to gallerists, professionalizing the gallery, obviously, how best to use technology, how to master the internet, and how to formalize. This is very important. It's no longer a casual thing. relationships with artists have got to be formalized, and we have some lawyers coming who will be talking about that, and I think that is also very important in today's world. It's no longer a business of handshake. It needs to be put on a more formal basis. So since the last Talking Galleries in 2012, the organisers of Talking Galleries, have been hard at work. There was a think tank which brought us all together last year to discuss how best to bring together what are the issues we should be talking about, how best to address these issues, and the result of this think tank is here today, the programme that we're presenting you, which we're very proud of, and we're very, very grateful to our speakers who have come from all over. From America, obviously, we have one of our speakers who you're going to hear in a minute who arrived from New York this very morning, hardly time to go to his hotel. We have speakers from Holland, from Belgium, from Switzerland. We have one speaker who was in Moscow just 2 days ago. So it's very international as well as a national debate here. I also think it's very important, if this week, these two days are to succeed, I think it's very important that as an audience you are participatory. We do encourage you, please, to ask questions, please discuss with our speakers, because that's the way the issues will be debated, will come out, and will be clarified. So please do be active participants. It's not just our program, it's your program as well. Now, I want also to talk to you just about one or two practical things. As always, I would ask you to put your telephones on silent or on vibrate, but please turn off the ringers. On the other hand, please don't turn them off, because we'd be very happy if you would tweet during these 2 days. And if you'd like to note it, the hashtag is TG2013. So hashtag TG2013. And please do tweet things people say, your impressions, things that you like, so that this remains also, so that this Talking Galleries goes beyond just this room, and that the rest of the world can know what we're talking about and what our considerations are. There's going to be a coffee break after the first session. To go out to coffee, you have to go out upstairs, out and into the building opposite. You turn right, but there'll be someone to guide you. When you come back, there's going to be, one of the talks will be in French, so don't forget to pick up your simultaneous translation headphones on your way back, please. Also, this is very useful because this gives you free entry to the museums that are listed in it. This is in your welcome pack. But don't forget, when you have lunch break, for example, if you want to go to museums, this will give you free entry. And it also gives you a discount in the restaurants around here that also mentioned. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce our first speaker, who is Noah Horowitz, who we're very happy to have with us. Noah is an art historian. He studied at the Courtauld Institute, but he is now director of New York's Armory Show. Previously, he was director of the BIP Art Fair. He's also the author of one of the best thumbed books in my library, which is The Art of the Deal, which is a wonderful book, and I thoroughly recommend to anybody to read who's interested in the art market. We're very happy and proud to have Noah here to open our session today.